What is that blazing ball in the sky? It looks something like a sun.
What have you been up to?
I've been riding on a daydream.
Last night at 1 a.m., the last time I was on these steps, and it was 19 degrees. It's currently 51. It was about 1 a.m. I took the trash out yesterday, late, right before I went to bed, and it was 19 degrees. And the funny part is, and the strange part is, we're talking like another 20 degrees possibly tomorrow added to this temperature. So what are we doing? Heidi's working. She's working a bunch of hours, and I'm trying to get outside to enjoy the weather. I know I got to start consolidating. I'm not going to do that today because I've got some videos that I'm finishing up editing inside, and I'm posting those on our other channel. I've got my website in motion. I actually had to get hold of some web developers and some marketing people to help the website get in the right direction that I want it to be, and then I'll maintain it after that. That was a pretty penny, though. I mean, that kind of service is not cheap, even if you know somebody. The problem with that, of knowing somebody, is just like if somebody knows me as a mechanic. You know, you know that I'm going to cut you a decent deal if I'm working on something for you. And if you want something extra done, or if you don't really like the way that I did something, or you think it should have been handled a little bit differently, you probably wouldn't say anything because, I don't want to, that's a friendship thing. And even though I'm paying him, he's cut me a good deal because we're friends. So I really don't want to push the issue. Well, that's kind of the way it is with the whole web thing. I don't want to have a friend or a relative helping me with web development, and then I sit there, next to them and tell them for an hour and a half exactly how I want the web page laid out. If I'm paying somebody to a design service to do that, that's exactly what's going to happen. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to tell them exactly where I want everything placed, and it will get done that way. So money went out for that, and because the weather's so awesome, we're actually going to be into high 50s, lower 60s for about the next 5 days. We know that it's still going to snow at some point. We know it's going to get cold again. But there's a lot of talk of early spring. Now, I remember, I don't know how many years back it was, probably about 5 years, 6 years back, we went from spring to summer immediately. It was like spring was a week. And then we got into the 70s and it just kept on going. And I think this was like in March. I would love to see another year like that. Yeah, it was like somebody flipped the switch and we went from having a ton of snow and winter to spring, which everything started thawing for about a week. And then all of a sudden it became summer. I don't think that's going to happen this year, but they are calling for a warmer than average March, going to be slightly warmer than average, so they say. But they said February is going to be slightly warmer than average, possibly. And here it became much more warmer than average. And January was warmer than average. And there was at least a week there that it was much warmer than average. So as far as this entire winter, being in Northeast Ohio, I don't like that I'm stuck here. But I'm glad that it's this winter because we've had winters in the past that is just dreaded. So far this year, pretty good. I mean, I've plowed the driveway one time this entire season. So I'll be more than happy to keep that pattern going for the rest of the winter season. But as far as our RV search, thanks everybody. There's so many comments, so many links, so many suggestions. And all of it's good. All of that information's good. We've checked into everything that you've sent and talked about. We've talked about it amongst ourselves. We're still looking. Let me tell you right now that there is a brand new one that is very interesting to me, but I would have to step into it and just feel like yes, yes, yes. And then the salesman would have to give me a price that I say yes, yes, yes. If those two things happen, I could see us getting into, there's actually 3 models of new ones that we might consider. As far as a used one, I was a little bit Johnny-come-lately whenever I was out looking at new ones. I forgot to check one of my searches on Facebook Marketplace. And locally here, within 8 miles, is an RV that would be a pretty good fit. If it looks the way that it does in the ad, I will have to say that thing will be in our driveway. Now, the problem is, because I was a little bit late, somebody else spoke up and said that they wanted it. However, it's just kind of lingering. Apparently Wednesday, today is Friday, Wednesday is going to be the cutoff date. If the lady doesn't show, then he's giving me a call. And again, if I walk up to that RV and I walk through it and I do my kind of inspection on it, and then there's nothing that scares me, or if it looks as good as what I think it's going to be, it will be in the driveway. You'll see it here in the driveway, and it's going to happen right away, either Wednesday or Thursday next week. It's a great deal, and it's older, and you'll be surprised with the way it looks, I'm sure. Hopefully I get it, because it's almost funny. It's kind of interesting how I kind of target and stay with certain things, and just kind of, I've got that narrow mindset. It's just like my jeans, if they fit, and if it's a certain brand and a certain design, I'm going to continue to buy them, and I might have drawers filled with them, which in this case, speaking of jeans, I actually do. Same with shoes. I buy the same brand of shoes. I try to buy the exact same model of shoes, everything else. I mean, I will even pay extra for out of stock, new old stock shoes that somebody has on their shelf, just to have them, because if I get them and I like them, I don't want to experiment. Now, Heidi's the exact opposite. Heidi could get something and she says, these are the best shoes I've ever owned in my life, and the next time it's time for her to buy shoes, she'll buy something different. It's just the way she is. It's going to be something that next week I'll update you guys. I'll bring you along. I'll bring along the camera, and we'll shoot the whole process for the most part, as long as that guy feels comfortable about it, and I'll show you what I got. But yeah, very nice weather. Love to be outside. Gets me perked up. And hopefully we can get the ball rolling on this disaster, because I just let this go all winter long, and it's just looking like junk to me now, which is really odd, because at one point I valued every single thing that I had in here. And here it is, been all winter for the most part. I mean, we're still technically in winter, but I haven't touched this stuff, and I don't need this stuff. I'm going to keep what I need to keep, and just like the tools, I'm gonna make toolkits the way I think I need, and everything else I'll just try to break it down and package it as best as possible to see if I can get it sold. So that's my update. I know it's not too short. Hopefully I've chopped it up, and man, it's just so close. It's just so close for us. As far as getting into spring and some camping. If it wasn't for the fact that Heidi's working all weekend long, all those warm days, I would definitely be out. I would be out for the weekend, and she would drive back and forth. But it's a little bit of a long drive for her, and she doesn't drive so well at night. She can't see very well at night, so I don't want to, put her through that. But we'll get there. All right, guys, that's it. I'm going to go outside and try to straighten up the yard a little bit. And as always, I hope to see you out there. Bye.